Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the ring, Chris Adaway!
So Chris Adaway on the way to the ring for 17 times last year. He's 23 years of age. When he steps inside the ring, it will be his 40th outing. Quite incredible. Journeyed all the way down from Plymouth in Devon for this one. Nice part of the world, especially in the sunshine.
You've got some of the crowd up there doing some river dancing. Drunk river dancing, I'd say that.
And now, please make some noise for Sam Jones!
Sam Jones signed professional terms with Brighton-based Assassins Promotions not too long ago. He's 3-0 as a professional so far, so made a good start to his professional career. Based at the New Era gym in Bournemouth. Sized crowd here already.
Oh yeah, it's definitely filling up. And on that note, it's definitely getting warmer.
Hellraiser Boxing in association with Warrior Promotions presents 4 3-minute rounds in the super lightweight division. Firstly, introducing in the blue corner. He weighed in at 10 stone 1 pound. This is his 40th fight tonight. Wearing the gold trunks from Plymouth, Chris Adaway! And his opponent across the ring in the red corner, he weighed in at 10 stone 4 pounds. His unbeaten record consists of 3 fights, 3 wins, 1 of those wins by way of KO. Wearing the black trunks trimmed with white, from Mammoth, Sam Jones! The referee now gives his final instructions to both boxers.
So this one, the next contest this evening, 4 3-minute rounds at the 10 stone 2 limit.
Jones is inked up like a Japanese assassin. Is that a dragon on his chest?
Yeah, I think it is. Pretty colourful.
And scary looking.
It is indeed, yeah. So he gets ready. And as you heard there, Chris Adaway in for his 40th outing at just 23 years of age. So He's certainly been around the block already.
Most
Incredible
definitely.
activity.
Let's see if that pays off in his experience and see how his ring generalmanship is.
He was in with Zelfa Barrett this time last year.
Okay.
So he's seen a few things in his early 20s already. But Sam Jones, we know, a man with big ambitions in the sport. So an interesting prospect between these two.
Okay, good start already. From Adaway flicking out that jab. Effortlessly. Nice and fast as well. Let's see how Jones adapts to that.
Nice left hook from Jones. First meaningful shot he's landed in the contest so far. Adaway's been on the initiative in this opening minute. Both men have made quite a trip to be here this evening. Adaway just moves around to his left-hand side. Jones hasn't quite found his rhythm in the opening part of this round. Perhaps he wasn't expecting Adaway to come out quite as...
It was quite surprising, actually. But with such a...
What a fast start, wasn't it?
And a selection of punches as well.
Sometimes when you are trying to gather data on your opponent, you're looking to kind of throw single shots, see what comes back at you, and move, see how your opponent shapes up. But really, you've had an opponent in Chris Adaway who's just decided to come out and throw shots and let his hands go. And sometimes that's actually the last thing you're expecting, and one of the hardest things to prepare for.
It's true, just as you saw in the last fight when the guy was caught cold. But the point is, as you said earlier, it's all about the adjustments and being able to adjust to that.
Part of the steep learning curve for...
Adaway does lunge in with his jab a bit, though. He kind of jumps in with it as a thrust, as a fencer, I'd say.
It was a nice counter right hand over the jab from Jones. As you said that, he's maybe just starting to find his timing and range. Landed a right hand to the body too.
And that was good now. He's mixing it up to slow him down a bit with those body shots.
Certainly Jones's balance looks a little better in the two men in these early goings. Starts to open up. Nice selection of shots to head and body from Jones. That was a good right hand too. And he's just got Adaway pinned in one place for first time in the opening round. And well, maybe that's an indication of the kind of fight that he needs to turn this one into. Just try and get his man a little bit more static and get him positioned on the ropes where he can open up and hit the target. And
slow him down to the body. Once he hit him to the body, he was able to just pin him in a corner, plant his feet and load up. And let's see how Adaway now handles that. And if he can switch it up and stay on his toes and make it more awkward for Jones to plant his feet.
The owner of the New Era Gym, Ty Brown, former pro boxer, is the man that encouraged him to turn over, sign his professional contract. So he's well advised, Sam Jones.
Steppers out, round 2.
What adjustments will he make through this second round? Adaway just missing with that double jab. Jones stepping in hard behind a long jab, and again. And already a slightly more crisp start to this round than it was in the first. But Adaway having a bit of success on the back foot, a little while with that uppercut.
Yeah, looping, bowling uppercut, that miss. But very good on his back foot.
Not a great deal in it in terms of height. Perhaps Jones an inch or so taller, but he's definitely longer. Got a much wider base, seems longer in the legs and the arms than Adaway.
Adaway keeps his chin quite high, so when he takes those straight shots, he's taking it flush on.
Some long lead right hand from Jones there. Adaway's taking it well. And comes in and holds. A couple of contests away from Under Ozgul and Tyan Booth. Ozgul, the aggressive Turk who's fast making a name for himself in that 12 stone 2 division. Tyan Booth, of course, a former Chris Eubank Jr. opponent 3 years ago, but he's had a bit of a hiatus of his own. Looking to get back to winning ways. He's tall, rangy, awkward, so that one to look forward to. But now we're in the midst of an interesting tussle here.
Yeah, two very different styles, which has made this a very interesting fight. When Jones plants his feet, he's very comfortable. But when Adaway's on his toes,
was a lovely stiff straight right hand.
From Jones.
Well timed from Jones, just starting to find his rhythm. Adaway comes
like
back with one of his own.
That was like a double straight that landed from both of them.
Absolutely. Probably the best shot that either of them have landed in the contest so far. There we go, end of round number 2.
Round. Yeah, definitely.
Just indications that Jones made a couple of adjustments, just kept things a little longer, a little sharper in and out, and landed that big right hand moments before Adaway landed perhaps his best shot of the contest so far too, but maybe just an indication through that round that Jones starting to get more of a foothold.
Oh, most definitely. He's planting his feet a lot more in comparison to the first round where he was almost bamboozled by Adaway's lunging, flary style.
Seemed to be on the advice of the corner as well. As soon as he stepped out for the second round and he was stepping in with a jab, just throwing it nice and long, he landed a couple.
And Jones doesn't look too tired actually. He looks like he's just settling in comparison to Adaway. He looks like he's gasping for breath in the corner. Lovely jab to the chest to start off with by Jones. Sometimes when you can't hit the head, it's good to go for the chest or the body because that doesn't move as quick as the head.
Better work from Jones. We just caught one on the way in too. He's got to be careful. Adaway trying to move away from trouble, just doubles up the counter left hook, and he covers up pretty well then. Most of those came off the gloves as well. Good feet from Adaway that time.
That was lovely. That was a slip there from Adaway. I think that fancy footwork that he just did there kind of took it out of him.
Jones just starting to find the measure of his man. Right hand, left hook, now working the body well. Adaway, a little static. He's got to try and get himself off these ropes and back into the centre of the ring. At the moment he's being picked off, and that's what he needs to do on the advice of his corner too. See Jones trying to shape up for that counter right hand then.
Cheeky little shot there from Adaway in the inside.
Just on the blind side of the referee as he lunges in again with that left hand. Every time Jones gets Adaway pinned onto the ropes, he seems to have just pockets of success.
But Adaway seems to still have a lot of fight in him. Any opportunity he gets to throw back, he's just lunging in with whatever he has.
Certainly no question marks, as you say, over his industry. Just wonder whether he's got enough pop in his shots to keep Jones moving backwards, or rather to keep him off when he is coming forwards.
Do you know what? I think he knows he doesn't. That's why he throws his whole body into his shots, just to keep him off. And Jones is still just walking into it, walking right through.
Just as we say that though, a little nick over the left eye of Jones, and I say a little nick, actually that's
a big cut.
That's really opened up. I don't know whether that was a clash of heads. We'll have to have a look.
But it seems to have given Adaway a bit of confidence because he's just ran straight in there after seeing that.
Suddenly that becomes a target. There was no obvious complaint from Jones there, but we'll have to have a look at that in the replay afterwards, because the heads have come together a couple of times. Now Jones perhaps knows he's in a bit of trouble. He's got to try and find something. And now he starts to open up on Adaway. Well, interesting development through round number 3.
Oh, most definitely. But Jones made sure at the end of that he showed that whatever cut I've got in my eye, I'm still taking this round. A barrage of punches at the end of that from Jones. Let's see what the corner do with this cut. It's always interesting to see how they handle something like that.
Well, the referee coming in having a a close look at that too, and I think he might just call the ringside doctor to have a look at this one.
Get like a second opinion.
Hard to see from here. Certainly plenty of blood coming from above that left eye.
And it just shows the importance of having a cut man, because that can be a decision in the fight where the referee can just stop the fight based on how this next round goes. Seems to have done a good job.
So just a small patch of adversity for Sam Jones to overcome with a sizable cut above the left eye. He's had the better of Chris Adaway, but a right hand landed, and that really got Jones into some trouble. He's showing a good bit of nous to hang on then.
Very smart, and this is the type of stuff you only can get from experience.
Got to say though,
he looked like he was caught off guard as well, but at the same time the shot had something behind it.
And now Adaway senses that he could cause a big upset here.
Very smart in holding.
I don't think, had the ropes not been there, that he would have stayed up, but he did, and he bounced off the ropes back into Adaway's path and was able to instinctively just cling on and smother his work. And Mickey Elliott, promoter, they're saying to Sam Jones, you've got to hold on at the next opportunity, which he is doing. But Adaway is really going to try and put the pressure on him. There's concern in the corner of Sam Jones. He lunges in with the right hand. He's caught again, and the legs are all over the place as Adaway lunges in with the right hand, and the referee has waved it off.
Wow.
Well, real concern in the corner there as that thing begins to pour, and
Adaway's just thrown himself on the floor in celebration.
I don't think Adaway can quite believe that, because he was under some sustained periods of pressure himself. Then the cut happened. Just wonder whether psychologically that cut, or whether the head clash coming together just did any damage before that.
That was quite out of the blue, the way he just took a shot and just fumbled.
And Adaway didn't seem to have a huge amount behind his shots that were troubling Sam Jones until that point.
Exactly.
A very unusual finish to quite an interesting contest, and well, really disappointing end for Sam Jones, but this is the fight game after all, and nothing's ever certain.
It's not. One punch can change a fight, but the doctors have gathered, which is very good, and they jumped in straight away just to see if anything, especially in this heat. You never know. So the doctors are just giving him a quick check over, just to make sure everything's okay. But that's why boxing is one of the most unpredictable sports, and that's what keeps it so fascinating. You can never have 100% odds on anyone.
Well, in football, you can't be 4-0 up in 90 minutes, with 90 minutes gone, and then lose 5-4. But in boxing, the equivalent can happen and has happened on so many occasions.
Even that, was it the Chavez against Mildred Taylor?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Well, Froch and Taylor as well.
Yeah.
12th round, 15 seconds to go in the stoppage. Yeah. He was down on all the scorecards by about 8 rounds. These things do happen, but, well, unfortunately, the rather negative side of the steep learning curve that is professional boxing, and this is what Sam Jones is experiencing. He'll have to come again, and I'm sure he will come again.
He most definitely will. But he showed good ring craftsmanship in terms of, as soon as he felt a bit of pressure on him, and he's held on, and he wasn't letting him go, which was what a lot of fighters in the early stages of their career need to learn. That when you're hurt, don't fight and pretend you're not.
Do you know, interestingly, one of the men who's been the most guilty of that, I spoke to him about this in 2012, just after the Danny Garcia loss, was Amir Khan, and he said in all the years that he'd boxed, he said Freddie Roach never really discussed survival tactics, which seems suicidal in a weight division with so many big punches, including Garcia himself. But I guess the difference being that you've got to prepare for the worst, even though you don't want to think about that.
After 1 minute and 6 seconds of the 4th round, the referee has stopped the contest. He deems Sam Jones in no position to continue. The winner in the blue corner, from Mammoth, Chris Adaway.
He's definitely going to be happy about that victory. That stoppage victory is going to look really good in his box rep.
Congratulations, your 40th fight, your first knockout. How's that feel?
Feels great. I mean, on paper it's my first knockout, but I honestly felt like I stopped another lad. But as a weight fighter, the ref gives them every chance to survive. I think you found that in there. He was already out of it. He was running around the ring, but I carried on and I got the finish. So I'm happy.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was very exciting. It was toe and toe, back and forth. But when he hit you and you looked wobbled, he looked wobbled worse. When
exactly. I mean, I'm an away fighter. I'll fight anyone, anytime at short notice. And I always come to give my absolute all.
Yeah, I was going to say, I saw you fight Tom Stalker, and I thought you gave him a hell of a fight.
Exactly. I don't care who it is, Olympic captain to
Team GB
you know
captain.
I'll fight whoever, and I always try my absolute best. So I think I deserve a bit more credit than I'll get. But
well, I think you should get credit. You certainly get credit for that.
That's going to prove what I'm about today, so I'm happy.
Good stuff. Well, on to the next one. What's next?
Next week in Scotland.
Next week in Scotland. Well, best of luck with that. Well done. That was a very exciting fight. Congratulations.